worth anything today. Sorry about that. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a weapons tutorial on Call of Duty. Hold on a second, trying to get this. There we go. We're going to do a weapons tutorial today. I've been asked a few times by a few different people on doing a weapons tutorial on how to build the weapons, how to get a weapon to where you've got good recoil, no recoil, things like that. Some people don't really play the game all that much. They don't really know how to build guns or what to do on how to build a good gun. So we're gonna go over here to weapons. You got all these little things here. We're gonna go over here to create a class. Okay. Now these are all my weapons that I've already built. Let's see here. I've got a couple of these that are the same, I think. I'll look through my weapons and see which one I can give up. Alright, let's go with this one here, okay? So this here is a 3-round burst gun. I've got a skin on it. Whoop-de-doo, it's cool. So what we'll do is first you want to click on your gun. Now you've got several different things over the top. You've got assault rifles, submachine guns, you've got tactical rifles, light machine guns, which aren't light, and sniper rifles. Now the problem with sniper rifles is they take a little bit of time to get used to. As you get going with them, you get a little bit faster at your speeds of how fast it takes you to look through your lens. You got to get used to holding your. There's a button you have to hold your breath so you can actually aim straight and get a good shot. Some people get so good with them that they can quick scope. All fine and dandy, cool. Light machine guns. Light machine guns, they do a lot of damage. They pack a punch and they are really, really good. Now the only downfall is your speed when you run with the light machine gun is very, very slow, no matter what you do. Your speed is very slow. Your reloading is very slow. It's just very slow in general. But it has a high power velocity and does a lot of damage. They can hold really good sets of ammo. Now we go to tactical rifles. These are the kind of assault rifles that you would use for tactical reasons. Some of them are really good. Some of them are pretty, in my opinion, pretty crappy. Right here you got your submachine guns. These are your little tiny machine guns. Good for quick, if you want to get in and out of somewhere quick. They can hold quite a bit of ammunition. They're really good with aiming. They're fast. They're lightweight. Only problem is the recoil. Recoil sucks. You don't want recoil. You don't want vertical recoil, and you don't want horizontal recoil because you're bouncing upward, you're bouncing side to side. You're not going to get a good beat, and you're going to get killed every time in the game. Now we'll go to assault rifles. Assault rifles, they're what they say they are. They're assault rifles. The same thing is they're lighter weight. They're not as lightweight as a submachine gun. They're not as compact, but they get the job done, and they're faster. They're faster reloads. You can get a good beat on them, things like that. So we'll start out with an assault rifle. Now you've got your M4, your XM4, one of my all-time favorites. You got your AK-47. I love the AK-47, but it's a little bit to get used to because it's got a lot of vertical and horizontal recoil. As you can see, your firepower, your accuracy are in the red because I mean it's a lot of same thing with this one. I mean, it all goes with how you work your gun, your attachments. Then you got your Krig 6. Love the Krig 6. Really good gun. Full automatic or fully automatic. All three of those guns are. This one here, trying to remember. Yes, this is a full auto. I don't know much about this gun. I mean, I've maxed the level out. It's a good gun. I like it, but it's just, I don't know. It's not for me. It is a good gun though. This one here, this is a really good gun, the FFAR. It's a good gun. Problem is, it's a very bulky gun. It's still pretty lightweight, but it is a very bulky gun. This one here, this is a fully auto. It's a little tiny gun. This gun is really good, but the problem is your accuracy sucks because the vertical and the horizontal recoil is horrible. Let's see here. The FARA 83. This gun here is not too great. I haven't had a whole lot of experience with this gun yet, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that in the beginning it's pretty crappy. Hey buddy, I'm seeing your comment there. I can't really read that, but I'm guessing you're saying hey. I'm just gonna say hey. Let's see here. And then you got your C58, really good gun. It's a decent fire. It's got some horizontal, and you know, the recoil's pretty crazy on it too. But I mean, any of these guns, the recoil's gonna be crazy on it until you build it up. So yeah, your EM2 is a good gun. I like it. I haven't done a whole lot with it yet. I've been working on trying to get all my guns, you know, fully going, but I get guns that I like and I stick with them for so long. But anyways, then you got your Grav, sorry. And once again, don't know a whole lot about it. This one's still level 1. I hadn't, you know, I don't really mess with them. Some of them, a lot of times, it's a newer gun. You got your submachine guns. Submachine guns, no matter what you get, they're all pretty good, but until you actually start building them up, they're pretty crazy on the recoil. Whether it be horizontal recoil, whether it be your vertical recoil, things like that. You know, but they are very good for speed. They're very good for agility. I mean, as you can see, I haven't unlocked the you know, OTS9 yet. I've got the Tech 9, very good gun, a lot of recoil. So I mean, all these guns have really bad recoil. And then, you know, you got your tactical rifles. Tactical rifles are really good. I just don't like burst fires. M16 is a really good gun. I love it. I love the M16, always have. But the only thing I don't like about it in this game is it is a 3-round burst. So once you pull the trigger, it fires 3 bullets and stops. So you have to continuously hit them bullets or hit that trigger. But as it does it, it's popping your gun upward. So that recoil, you got to get the right settings on it so it doesn't have that bounce, because it will bounce. That recoil will make that gun bounce up and down and up and down, and it's horrible. Just like this gun here, it's got burst fire. I don't really care for it. I mean, as you see, everything's in the red on it right now. It's bone stock, horrid. This gun here, decent gun. This one here, burst fire. I'm not much on burst fire guns. I mean, you know, you pick your poison. You may like it and toy around with them, things like that. And then once again, all your stuff like here. So now we will go back over here, and I will grab one of these guns, and I will show you how I adjust it. Now, as you see, I have multiple skins, things that I've unlocked. If you have skins, you can try out their people's skins. I like the skins sometimes, but sometimes I mean, even when I use someone's skin, I use it because I like the way it looks, but I still go in and change things because I don't like the way they're fully set up. But we will start bone stock. Okay, so you're over here on your gun. Okay, you're going to click to the right, and you're going to see where it says gunsmith, and you're going to click on that. Okay, and then you're going to see where it says optic, muzzle, barrel, body, underbarrel, magazine, handle, and your stock. Okay, so we will go all the way to the top. Okay, I have this one maxed out, so I have everything unlocked. As you play with it, when you first use this gun, if you've never used it, you will not have anything unlocked. You will have to use it bone stock and start unlocking things. And then once you get them unlocked, it depends on how you set up your gun to be how you do things. So, me, okay, you know, some people like the little reflexes. I prefer a actual reticle, so I prefer an actual scope. But myself, okay, you've got all these different scopes and stuff. Myself, I prefer the multi-zoom, okay, because to me, you get better accuracy. That one there, the thermal, you get really, really good accuracy on certain things, okay? Now, with the thermal scope, you see the heat signature of other players, which is really, really handy in some maps. Okay, so you always want to keep it in mind that heat sensor is going to work in some maps that you can't really see people because you see the heat signature instead. Unless somebody has the perk called cold-blooded, they won't show up on that reticle. So then you don't see them. That's the only downfall to that. But say you're playing Nuketown or some other map and there's a whole lot of people throwing smoke grenades, that smoke grenade goes off. This here is the only sight that can see through that smoke and see the smokes or see the heat signature on that person, and you can still get them. I highly recommend it for certain maps. I don't recommend it all the time just because, like I said before, if somebody has cold-blooded on, which a lot of people do, you will not see that person. They won't pop up on that. And everything turns dark blue, so it's hard to tell what's what. Diamondback, I don't really care for it. Some people do. I always go with the multi-zoom. So today, for the sake of it, we're going to go multi-zoom, okay? I brought my accuracy up, okay? All fine and dandy. Now we're going to go down here to muzzle, okay? Your muzzle has to do with your recoil, your bullet velocity, and your vehicle damage. It's three different things, but right here is your vertical recoil. It brings your vertical recoil up. You go over here. This brings your muzzle flash concealment. Okay? So you have no recoil help here, but your muzzle flash, okay? When the enemy is aiming it, or is aiming your direction, and you fire that bullet, but you miss them, they see a flash, and then they know where you're at. So to conceal that, you would use a muzzle guard, a flash guard. Now this here, okay, is a suppressor, which of course, muffles your sound. It muffles your flash concealment. But the problem is, it's going to bring your effective damage range down and your bullet velocity. So you're going to have less firepower. You're not going to be able to shoot as far as you would if you didn't, as if you just had a regular thing. Granted, it conceals the flash, and it also is quieter when you're firing. It does not completely, a silencer does not completely silence everything. It just makes it quieter. So if you fire and someone's across the map, they're not going to hear you. The bullet's just going to go by them. The infantry compressor, wow, I can't speak. Whatever. Compensator. Alright. Anyways, your vertical recoil goes up, the horizontal comes down. So you want to be careful with that, because it looks cool, because you're like, oh yeah, well, my vertical recoil is going up 15%. That's awesome. Well, your horizontal just went down 9%. Some situations, that's good. Some situations it's not great. Now here, you got your muzzle flash concealment and vertical, but your shooting move speed and your horizontal are going down. So that to me, not very great, but you can change that. And this here, you got your, muzzle flash, your vertical, but you're losing velocity and bullet and damage. Myself, I always go up here to the very first one for this gun because you're bringing your vertical up. Okay, you didn't really ruin anything, nothing like that. Okay, so then I go over here to my barrel. Okay, the barrel is your bullet velocity, your recoil, things like that. So this is an 11.8 inch extended. Okay, it brings your bullet velocity up. Doesn't hurt anything, as you can tell. As you go down, this here, if you plan on shooting vehicles, helicopters, things like that, this is what you would use. This is your Cavalry Lancer. This is vehicle damage. It brings your vehicle damage up by 200%. So, if you're shooting at a vehicle or something, you're doing quite a bit of damage, quite a bit more damage to it than you would if you didn't have it. Granted, there's not too many times that you're really shooting a vehicle with your gun. Me, I shoot helicopters, I shoot the crap out of them. So, that would be something you would probably look into. Right here, this one brings up your effective damage range and your bullet velocity, but it brings your moving speed down, your aiming speed, all that. This here brings up your bullet velocity, but you lose movement speed. Same thing, damage range, but you lose movement speed. This one here, damage, effective, but all your vertical and all that you definitely don't want to lose, because your vertical and your horizontal recoil are your main things that you definitely want to keep. So, myself, again, I would go with either the vehicle damage or bullet velocity. Granted, you can go with things like this one here. Okay, I may lose my movement speed, okay? But I'll show you, okay? We'll go with that just to show you how you can fix this. Okay, so now you got your steady aim laser. I always go with that because that's your hip fire accuracy, okay? So I go with that. But if you do this, okay, you go with these mounted flashlights, the enemy can see that flashlight because it is on all the time. Same with this. That's a flashlight. It's on all the time. So your reveal distance, it helps because, if you're in a darker map, the flashlight mods are really good because they help. But things like, this one here, this works good because that's hip fire actually, but your aim down sight time is dropped. This here, people see your flashlight. The only problem with a flashlight in general, I don't like running a flashlight just because it's always on. Any other player can see that, and it makes you a target. Now, if you're playing like zombies or something like that, where you're at night, or a map where it's dark at night, flashlight is good to get to see around. But the problem is the enemy can see it too. So I always go with the steady aim laser because all it is just a red beam that goes, and the enemy can barely see it. If they're up close, they can see it. But it helps out a lot. Now, if you do this, your horizontal is up with foregrip. Okay. Now you got this grip that brings up your movement speed, your shooting move speed, and your aiming while moving speed, which are three really good things. Now this one here does your sprint move speed. This one here, this is the bruiser grip. This one is my favorite grip because it brings up your movement speed, your shooting's movement speed, your shooting brings up, your sprinting moving speed, and it brings up your aim while walking movement speed, which is really good to have. This one here brings up your vertical and your horizontal, but you lose some of your movement speed, which is okay because you can fix that. As long as, the better, basically the higher your accuracy is, the better. So I love going with a bruiser grip. Some people, I mean, if you want this because it brings up your vertical and your horizontal, that's great. But myself, I go with this. Then I'll go down here, and then you choose what mags you want. Okay, some people like, you know, a big, huge mag or something like that. To me, I like speed. Okay, I like whenever I go to reload, I like being able to just snap, grab it, throw another one in. That's why I go with the fast mag, the biggest mag they have. Okay, so that's all there is to that. I mean, you want to have a fast mag. Now this is your tape, your grip tape. So you can go with your speed tape, which helps you with your aim down sight time. You got your finch resistance, which finch resistant is really, really good when it comes to your recoil. Right here, I love this one here because this one helps your finch resistant good. This is your jungle. It helps your finch resistant and your aiming down sight, but your sprint to fire slows down. You know, and then you got your aim down sight time. You got and then this one here, you got your finch resistant, your aim down sight, and your aiming while going prone. So I always choose that because if you go to duck down but you're aiming, you can aim faster. Granted, your movement speed is a little bit off or a little bit slower, but I mean you don't really need to move fast sometimes. Sometimes it's not a race to move fast; it's just to get your gun to move fast. All right, now your stock. Your stock has a lot to do with your gun. Um, you can go like this one here, the tactical stock, pretty much what every gun comes stock with. Um, you can change it. I mean, you got wire stock. It helps with your sprint to fire time. It's just because it's not as bulky. You got this duster stock, which is shorter. It's like a normal stock, but it's shorter. So your slide speed. If you're running really fast and you hit circle and you're aiming to shoot, you can slide and shoot. Now, if you're not really good with sliding and shooting, that's probably not the stock for you. It's an option, but that's all the duster does is it literally just helps you with your slide shooting. That's it. Your sprint to fire time. This one here, I myself don't like this. Some people like it. I mean, you have no hip fire accuracy really. It kills your hip fire accuracy. Now, your hip fire accuracy is shooting the gun without aiming. Okay, so I mean, if you want to be able to shoot the gun without aiming and be able to get on it right on, I probably wouldn't recommend this one. But I mean, if you do a lot of just aiming, yeah, it's a good gun because you aim your gun faster. Right here, this is just a tactical combat stock. All it is just extra padding. It helps everything, but it does not help your hip fire accuracy yet again. This one here also does not help your hip fire accuracy. So myself, I always go with just your tactical stock because it helps out. So as you can see now, all of my mods are all in the green, and they're very, very high in the green. Okay, because it's just the way you set it up. Okay, now if I go over here to appearance, okay, I can set up different types of camouflage. I've got most of them unlocked. You've got several different types of camouflage here. It's just whatever you unlock. I haven't unlocked all those. I've unlocked these. Myself, on the one that I run, I run the Policia just for shits and grins, I guess. So there's that. Oh yeah, and then you can also go over like zombies. If you play zombies, you can unlock different skins and things like that. I've unlocked a few of them over here. That's pretty cool. Certain things. I'm just kind of giving you kind of an idea of what all they get. And then you can go over here to your weapon master. Now this shows you what you got. My highest prestige for this gun is marksman. I play with this gun all the time, the XM4. I'm really good with this gun, and I mean I destroy with it. Now, okay, let's see here what I do. Okay, so we'll start from fresh. I was going to show you a reticle. Let me just throw something together here. I backed out too soon. Your reticles, okay? So, let's say you're still there, right? Gunsmith, okay? You go over to appearances. You got camo, reticles, accessories, and stickers. Okay, so you got your reticles, okay? These are what you see through your scope, okay? So, I mean, myself, I like something with a dot and, you know, crosshairs is cool. I've used shootout. It's okay, but the problem is it's there's so much to it. It blocks a lot of your view. The fingers, you know, yeah, they're cool and whatnot, but I mean, you got to know how to use it. I mean, it's tricky. It can be tricky. It's not always tricky, but it can be tricky. You got things over here if you play zombies that you unlock. Store, these are things that you unlock throughout the battle pass or holidays, things like that. Accessories, things that you unlock. You know, these are your charms that you put on your gun. Like, all right, I got Goofy Taco, skateboard, Storm Cloud, different, you know, things like that. You know, that's a turntable. Class ring. I usually run the class ring on my guns. There's a molar, mixed feelings, you know, and then of course I have, when I first got this game, they had the option to be able to buy John McClane from Die Hard, which of course Die Hard is one of my favorite movies. I bought it, so I got the police badge, the detective badge. I got quite a few other things from it. I got John McClane. I can run around as him. See here, stickers. You have 4 different places on some guns. Some have 2, some have 3. You know, it just depends on how many they have. You can go through and you can put stickers on your guns. You know, the big ones here, you can put a giant sticker on it, things like that. You know, so on and so forth. Same thing with your things down here. Okay, these are all your secondary weapons. You've got pistols, you've got shotguns, you've got launchers, you've got melee, you've got special. Okay, so let's say I pick out this gun. Okay, I've unlocked some skins. Okay, I got presidential and shit like that. Okay, I can go over here and go to gunsmith and I can put things on them again. Okay, you can go all through this stuff and you can do it all day long. And basically you want to let's see here. Let's start from scratch, okay? So, let's say, you know, if you're not paying close attention to what you're doing, and you just decide, okay, well, let's go with, you know, this one because I like it, you know, let's hear it. Well, that looks cool, okay. Well, let's go over here to, you know, oh, let's go with a really long one, okay, cool. Let's go down here to, you know, Ember. Oh, that's cool too. Let's do that. Okay, well, let's go over here to, you know, let's see here. You know, just, oh, this looks cool because it's kind of hidden. Cool, that looks cool. You know, and you just kind of go with, you know, what's cool, what works, you know, ooh, I like that, you know, things, you know. Let's go here. I'm just kind of throwing some random crap together. Let's do that. Let's go down here to this. Okay, it's not bad. You brought a lot of stuff up, but your mags are short, as you see. They're not full. You know, they're not your full potential, so they're in the red. Your firepower, it didn't change. But your speed, your accuracy, and your ammo, yeah, because I just threw some stuff together. Okay, so. But it depends on how you put it together. You can put a gun together in any way you want. I mean, you can go down here and go, you know, if you like a quick LED, Okay, and let's say you just want to use a flash guard or regular muzzle. Let's just say you want to go with let's say you want to go with this one here. Okay, and then we go up here to let's see here, reinforced heavy. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with that. See, I mean, so far it's bringing up your firepower, your speed. Okay, you don't really need speed. It's just another way to do it. Okay, let's say you bring this. Go down here to, let's go up here to foregrip. Let's go up here, let's just do a 40 round mag. Okay. I mean, it just depends on how you do it, okay? So you do that, okay? It still brought your stuff up, but it just depends on how you do it, okay? Some things are going to work out great, some things aren't going to work out, and you can always come back and try it, okay? Like it's not like, it has to be that. Like right here, I can go in here and, I've got all these guns, okay? And let's see here. This is what I run. Okay, let's say I go in here. Okay, I want to change my optic. Okay, so I change it to this one, right? Okay, I go out, do what I got to do. Then later I come back, click on the same gun because that reticle didn't work. I go down here and click on my thermal and put it back on. Now, anytime you do something that has a reticle, okay, like if, let's see here, this gun here I've been working on. Okay, so I've got the multi-zoom, okay, and I have this reticle. Okay, I had kill shot reticle, okay. Well, if I go over and pick out let's say I pick out the Royal Cross, okay. When I go over here, my reticle has already started back over, so I have to go back and choose which one I want. Okay, so let's say I pick that out, okay. Well, let's say I go back and I decide, oh, you know what, I like the multi-zoom. Okay, make sure you go over, hit reticles, and pick it out again, because it resets your reticle every time you change it. It will reset different things when you change different things, certain things. So pay attention to that, because, I mean, it can change it, in a heartbeat. Alright, so let's see here. I run this one. This is another one that I like running. It's certain things that I've done. Now let's move on to. Okay, so you got your weapon class right there. Okay, so you got it set up there. You like your guns. Okay. Now see your speed on this is way down. Okay, so let's see here. You want to go to your handle. Okay, you got your accuracy. I always run on this field tape because I go down here and I pop it out with the muzzle. Okay, and then I will go up here to the muzzle. Let's do this. Kind of brought my speed up a little bit. So, and it brought my firepower way up. Okay, just a couple different things that I changed brought a whole bunch of stuff up. Okay, so let's go down here to your tactical, your lethal, and your field upgrade. Okay, so you're gonna click on this. Okay, on your tactical. Okay, you have a few different things. Like me, I run a stun grenade. You have a stem shot. The stem shot, or the stun grenade, all the stun grenade does is when you throw it, it pops and it stuns the person. They can't move, or they move very, very slow. And it impairs their vision for a short time. Stem shot's pretty good for if you are playing a game where it's not hardcore. I play a lot of hardcore, so I don't run a stem shot because, I mean, it's one shot, one fire, basically. Some shots, if they barely hit you, it may hurt you and not kill you. Stem shot would come in handy for that, but very rarely do I ever use the stem shot. But all that is if you're wounded, you can stab yourself with that stem shot and it will heal you. good thing to have in certain fights. Then you got your smoke grenade. It does exactly what it says in the name. You throw it, boom, smoke. Lots and lots of smoke. A lot of people in some maps, they'll sit there and just keep on throwing smoke after smoke after smoke. And that's when, if you're going to carry a smoke, I prefer you run a thermal scope, because that's the only scope you're going to be able to see through that smoke, to see the enemy. Your flashbang, when you throw it, it's going to make this big white light. If you're close to it in any way, shape, or form, it's going to flash you too. But that will flash the enemy, and they can't see for a moment. It makes everything white and distorted, and it distorts them, so, and you can get a good shot on them. But you got to be careful and not get yourself too. And your decoy grenade. Now, all the decoy grenade does is you throw it, and it literally just does a boom, and it makes them basically think of, it's a way to trip up the enemy. You throw a grenade, they hear it blow up, and it makes them run to that side of the map to think, oh, this is where they're at, or something like that, things like that. It's just a decoy. It's a fake grenade. To me, it does nothing. Frag grenades, okay? You're lethal. Now, this is what kills the enemy. I run a frag grenade. Some people like to run a Semtex. Now, I'll tell you the difference between a frag grenade and a Semtex. There's not much difference in the explosion. They both do the same amount of damage. But a frag grenade, when you throw it, it's going to bounce and keep on going until it hits something and stops. Okay? It's just going to hit the ground and keep rolling or whatever, And it'll blow up. And that's what I like. Now, a Semtex, okay, Semtex is covered in sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape. And what it does is when you throw it, it sticks to whatever it hits. So if it hits an enemy, it sticks to them, and it's guaranteed to blow them up. But say you're throwing it into a building and you just miss and you hit the wall right in front of you, it's going to blow up right in front of you because, but if you throw in a grenade, a frag grenade, okay, it hits that wall, it's going to bounce back, and you're going to see it bounce back, and you have time to be able to run because it hit the ground and rolled away, so you got time to run. Sometimes. But the Semtex, I don't really like it because, you may try to throw it, and there's been multiple times I've done it. It hits the ground, it sticks. It doesn't roll, and if it would have rolled, I'd have got more kills. Things out of that. Moving on to C4. C4 is okay. I like it in certain things if you're going to stick with it. C4 does not always work. You throw it down, and you have to hit the detonator. The thing I don't like about it is if you throw it down and no enemies are around, you just throw it down, you can't pick it back up. So then you just have to hope that, you're going to either hang out there and wait till somebody comes around it, or you're going to leave and then hopefully hit the button and, kill them. But if you die, it disappears. So it don't always stay there. Kind of pointless on some things. Things like that. Now the Molotov cocktail. It is good for when you are playing, say, zombies or even infected, things like that. Or, if you're in close proximity where there's a whole bunch of people all the time, like Nuketown, things like that. You throw this, as soon as it hits the ground or whatever it hits, it catches them on fire. But, if you throw it and once you throw it and it catches fire, people aren't going to run through it. Be like, oh, I'm just going to run through the fire. Once it's there, it's there. It works if you hit your mark. Your tomahawk. Tomahawks are pretty cool, but you gotta aim. You gotta aim really well with it. I think sometimes you get one or two depending on what you play in. Like I said, I always run a frag. Now we'll move on to your perks. Okay, these are what I was talking about earlier, that some people like to run cold-blooded. And it makes them untraceable uh, through your thermal. Um, so you got engineer, which literally, I try to remember. One, sorry, I unplugged my mic by accident. All right. So it doesn't. I don't really run the engineer. But anyways, detects enemy equipment. Oh yeah, it just detects enemy equipment. So when you're running, if you see a proxy mine or a gas mine, or a trophy system or field mic, things like that, you will see it before you get to it, and then you're able, and then it'll put them onto your mini map, so everyone can see them basically, or so you can see them. Yeah, paranoia. What it does is it hears, or you'll hear an alert when an enemy aims at you. So basically, if they aim at you, you'll hear a little dunk, and your vision will pulse, and it lets you know, oh shit, someone's aiming at me. Which is pretty cool because it gives you that split second to be able to quickly get out of the way or spin around and kill whatever you got to do. I run Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket is really, really good. You take less damage from enemies' explosions or fire. Not saying you don't take any, but you take less. So, it takes a little bit longer. If an enemy throws an explosive and it's near you but not right at you, it'll hit you, but it won't instantly kill you. It'll just injure you. Same with fire, things like that. See here, your tactical mask. Tactical mask, it minimizes your resistance to flashbangs and stun grenades, and you're immune to gas. Is really good for if you are playing and people have gas mines down. The gas mines, once they break, you're getting choked up, you die. Now, if you have a tactical mask, you can run right past them. They will not kill you. They won't pop. But if they do, you will not get hurt. You can run right through that gas. It will not hurt you. Whether it's your gas, their gas, whatever. You can walk right through it. Will not mess with you at all. Then you got forward intel. Okay, this is where you can see indicators of the enemy reinforcements on your mini map. So basically, forward intel is if someone calls for a spy plane or they call for some kind of backup, whether it be helicopters, anything like that. Ahead of time. The moment it pops up. Things like that. Your perk number 2. Okay, this is your. This has to do with your weapons. Okay, and things like that. Okay, so assassin. Okay, your enemies will appear on your mini map when shooting. Okay, so as soon as they start shooting, bam, it pops up on your mini map, and you know exactly where they are, so you can be an assassin and run up and get them. Okay, your gearhead. Okay, gearhead is what I run. Okay, it reduces your field upgrade cooldown time. When you have a field upgrade, when you use it, okay, it has a cooldown time period, and it takes so long. Okay, it'll take like maybe 2.5 minutes to recharge that, to cool it down before you can use another one. Me, I like using that because it drops it down to half of that. Okay, and you can store up to 2 field upgrades at a time instead of just one, putting it down and having to wait to another one to be able to put it down. Okay, you just put you can store up to 2, so when you throw one down, you have one waiting. Okay, so now you have scavenger, which is replenishing your ammunition from fallen soldiers. So say you're sitting there going to town, shooting people, and you're reloading a lot, you're going to run out of ammo, right? But if you run scavenger, when you kill an enemy and you run past them, it'll have a little bag by them. And when you run by it, it automatically picks that up and it replenishes your ammunition. Good thing to have if you're going to run something where you're going to have a lot of ammunition getting blown, through and whatnot. And then you got Quartermaster. This recharges your equipment over 25 seconds. So, say you throw a grenade or a flashbang, 25 seconds, and you give it 25 seconds and everything, it's good to go. You get your equipment back. And then you go over here to Tracker. Okay, you can see you can see the imprint of enemies' footsteps. Okay, and then it pops them up on your mini map. So whenever you're running and an enemy runs past you and goes up some stairs, you'll see their footprints, red footprints going up the stairs, and it lets you know where they went. So then you can chase them. Gung Ho. Okay, your fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. Okay, so you can be running full speed, and you can throw a grenade. You can sit there and grab your gun and start shooting, and it does not slow you down. You're still running full speed. Gung Ho. Now Ghost. You're undetectable by enemy spy planes, and things like that. Okay, Ghost. You're completely undetectable. Cold-blooded. This was what I was talking about. It's AI controlled. Score streaks will not target you. Player controlled will not get you. Right here. You will not, or they'll highlight you. Show up on, you will not show up on thermal. Players and vehicles won't see your nameplate. Okay, so if they're in a vehicle, helicopter, they will not see your nameplate. And immune to flashlight attachments. So, if someone's got a flashlight attachment and they turn their gun, they will not see you. Ninja, okay? You move more quietly, speak only when necessary. Okay? So, when you're sitting there running and you're shooting people, whatever, and you'll hear your guy, oh, got him, or what the fuck is this, or blah, blah, blah. Like, they have their little catchphrases. When you run Ninja, your guy barely speaks. Barely ever. When he's running, you won't hear his footsteps. Good thing to have. Spycraft. You can hack enemy field grades, and you're immune to counter spy planes, jammers, field mics, blah, 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 blah. And you can also booby trap enemy care packages. You can walk up to an enemy's care package, you snatch what is inside their package, their care package, and then it booby traps it. So it makes it look like it's still there for them. When they go over to get it, boom, blows them up. And then the last but not least, you got your wild cards. I run Gunfighter because Gunfighter, you unlock 3 additional attachment slots for your primary weapon. So I can run all things on my gun. Okay? If you're not running Gunfighter, you can only run so many attachments on your gun at a time. But me, I can run I can run one attachment of each one because of the fact that I have Gunrunner. Let's see here. You've got Danger Close, okay? Equipped extra lethal and tactical thrown equipment. Okay? Bam. You get basically two tacticals. You get 2 grenades to carry at a time. You got Lawbreaker. Equipped any weapon class that is in either slot. Okay? Except in League play. Equip multiple perks from category, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then you got your perk greed. I don't know what Voom.ong is. Sorry, guys. Alright. Equip an extra perk from each perk category. So you can pick up to 2 perks per category. Things like that. I always run gunfighter because then bam, I get to run all the different mods. That's what I do. You can do it however you want, but that is how you set it up. So now let's say you want to do score streaks. Okay, go to your score streaks. Okay, now you're going to see here where it says 500, 800, 1000, you know, in each of the box. That is how many points you have to unlock that perk. Okay, that score streak. Once you hit 1800 points, bam, you get a sentry gun. You know, and they'll pop up in the corner and stuff of your little thing or whatever, and that's all you. That's stuff you can use. You know, you get all these different things. Those are your score streaks. Your accessories. These are things that you carry with you. So you know, you carry a watch. Right now, I'm running McLean's watch because I'm running John McClane. Been running him for Christmas. I run him for Christmas every year. But you got all kinds of different watches, things like that. You know, this one here is a step counter. That is how many steps I've had since I got that watch. That's how many steps I've ran. When you're running in the game, it's a real step counter. It actually functions. It's a functional step tracker. Now you got your vehicle customs. Now when you unlock things, you can go down here like this. I've unlocked this as a skin. You know, unlock different things. You know, different mods, things like that. You can go over to horns if you unlock horns. If you unlock war tracks, you can go down here like 80s hits, bam. You know, things like that. You can go down here to finishing moves. Okay, these are when you sneak up behind an enemy and you do your melee. You do a finishing move on them if you can sneak up on them. You know, you can do all kinds of different things. So let's see here. I'll preview this. You know, pretty gruesome stuff sometimes. You know, they got a few crazy ones. You know, John McClane. You know, that's what I've been running as. So yeah, you got some. You know, some of them are pretty gruesome, pretty crazy. You know, graphic wise. Gestures. These are things that you can call out while you are playing the game. You can call out toward people and stuff. You know, I got candy, stuff like that. And then you got your bundle locker, which these are the bundles that I have purchased. I got my Die Hard and I got my Maxis. Those are the people I try to run as the most. But there's that. If you go over here to operators, okay, it likes to jump. Operators, you can go down here to NATO, which are your officers. Okay, Maxis, I just bought her, so it's going to show her. These are all your different types of characters, things like that. You know, like I said, I've got John McClane over here. You know, he's a badass. Some of them will say personalize. So I can go over here, and if I unlock them, I can click on things, like these, and you know, some of them, let's see here, like this guy here, I have unlocked some, so I can try any of these outfits that I've unlocked. I run Maxis as the bride here, and then you go over here. These are all your Spetsnaz soldiers. I run this guy, same thing. He's got multiple skins. You know, all kinds of different things. You know, you can go over here. These are your challenges, your daily challenges, seasonals, blah blah blah. Then you got your barracks. Now the barracks is where you can see your progression. Okay, like right now, I am a military rank. Okay, but it says I'm a prestige 2 right now, but my lifetime prestige level is I am a prestige 10. I have leveled up completely 10 times. You know, it's pretty cool. There's things, you go to prestige shop, when you get prestige keys, you can go over here. You can go over here, blueprints. These are where I get different skins for my guns. Let's see here. You know, you got your prestige shop there, combats, blah, blah, blah. You know, player identity. Okay, now this is a big one. This is what I wanted to show you guys too. Clan tag. I run my clan as Sniff. you know, SNIF. You know, if you want to run sniff, that's cool. You know, whatever. You know, hit me up on, you know, in the comments or whatever, and say, hey, you know, I'm so and so. I'm gonna run sniff. Cool. You know, if I see you around or play with you or whatever, cool. We'll see you. Calling cards. These are pretty cool. You can go over here. You got general, and you got multiplayer, things like that. These are all different calling cards that you unlock throughout the game. I run, you know, the Zombie Bride. You got your emblem, okay? I run this dude here. He's ugly looking, but you've got several of them. You know, these are all you unlock these, okay? And then you've got your showcase, the ones that you like that you can, you know, just showcase for the hell of it. You know, I just picked out some for the heck of it. You got your medals. These are all your medals you've won. Your music player, theater, arcade, you know, things like that. Then you have your store, of course. And then we're right back in the beginning. As of this weekend, we are doing a double prestige weekend, or double XP weekend. So, you know, basically anything you do, you're getting double XP on it. Blah blah blah. Now I think I've covered just about everything I could. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that, you know, hit me up in the comments. Say, hey, you know, this is what I got. But I think I've covered it all. You know, all I can say is thank you for, you know, tuning in with me for this long spew. This was my tutorial. Once again, I've had several people ask me to do this. So I've had a couple friends ask me who they've never really been that involved in the game. They didn't know how to get their guns going really good. So now I hope this kind of helps you guys out. It's different tutorials on stuff. If you have any more questions or anything, hit me up in the comments. You know, just kind of let me know what's going on. You know, what you need help with, and I can go on live and show you guys some more. You know, I'll try to make a time when I can actually get everybody in here to actually show them piece by piece how to get a gun going really, really good. But I hope it all works out for you guys. Like I said, you know, smash that like button. You know, send me comments, tell me what you think. Let me know if I missed anything, if there's anything else I can help you guys with. I could do more tutorials, but as of right now, like I said, once again, I thank you for watching, checking us out. You know, coming in. I'm Slayer King of Slayer King Gaming. You know, I try to go live as much as I can. You know, have a good time, hang out with friends, hang out with people. But all I can say is, you know, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Merry Christmas.